Okay, thank you very much. I'm George Aliet. Let me be very practical and categorical. Despite the fact that we have leadership in this country, both de facto and the legit elected leaders, at times we are duty bound as citizens to poke holes into their ideologies, philosophies, and what they believe in. Like, if I might be a bit practical, I've overseen a de facto opposition leader by the name Rigathigachagua talking much in USA. Now, I don't think whether the policy of Mheshimiwa Gachagua is about Raila being in government or Raila being a subject matter. Because at any given time, you realize that Raila is not the president of this country. One thing that I think Mheshimiwa Gachagua is missing is very clear, is that Gachagua doesn't know or understand, or if he understands, then he assumes elections will go every 5 years to give opportunity to the incumbent to go to another term, or by that in that matter to go away for another person to take the seat. But that one does not mean in an event we are in the context and I'm defeated, then I go away with the followers I did have. I don't think that's the scenario we need to have for us to avoid polarization, because as you understand, elections are always making the country to be polarized. So if we want to go the Gachagua mindset, I don't think we'll have a country tomorrow. Because when you say in any setup we've gone to an election, then Raila teams up with the victor at the end of the day. According to me, I think that's the right thing a statesman should do. Because let me assume a leader, a victor garners 8 million votes, and the person is defeated garners 7 million votes. Where do you want these 7 million people to go? If you feel the victors will take it all. So I think that one depicts of how somebody is not qualified to lead a nation. Because in the democracy, we expect the victor and the loser to build that country together until the next election. So, Mheshimiwa Gachagua, I think if I might not wrong, he was addressing the audience that are coming from his backyard. Because if at all he was addressing people, all Kenyans in the diaspora, I think he might not be able to stock that. Because in that unit, there are people who are outside the Kikuyu nation. So this is the kind of leadership that we want to go away with. And I think it's not learned, because if at all he could have learned, I don't expect him to talk the way he's talking, because those are some of the few things that made him to go outside the government. So with that, I think with that kind of nature, we are not going to have a country tomorrow if at all we have leadership like Gachagua. So let him beware. He likes it or he doesn't. Statesmanship entails, after a contest, at the end of the day, people must come on the table, reason together, and solve a problem. Like the Gen Z issue, it was about the finance bill. So after the finance bill, the Mheshimiwa Rais ceded ground. What was he expecting next? He expected these people to continue rioting, because all Raila did was to say, let's sit down and talk. You cannot never build a country in the streets. You cannot build a country through X space. You cannot build a country through YouTube. So the truth be told, Raila as a statesman must give young people direction. And believe me, if that's the ratio, the way Mheshimiwa Gachagua expects this country to go, myself, I don't think it will work. And if at all it is going to work, then it is only a matter of Mheshimiwa Gachagua looking for a way of how his followers can seed so that they have their own country. I think that's the way I can handle that. Two, there's an emotive issue about Mheshimiwa Lagat going back to the office after the issue of Albert Ojwang. I don't support or refuse Mheshimiwa Lagat to go back to the office, because I'm not the investigating officer. If IPOA has cleared him, that's the authority given mandate to do what? To do investigation. And if they've done it to their perfection, I've realized Mheshimiwa Lagat is clean. They've given him a clean bill of health. Who am I to castigate? Kenyans, let's learn not to vilify or crucify people in the court of the public opinion. That's why we have institutions that are legalized to do what? To undertake some issues, like the litigation issues. On issue of the president talking about shoot to kill, however much, life is sacred. But the truth be told, we have a constitution that is running this country. If you run a voc, you don't follow the law. I don't say we should tie ourselves the law to contend that. And so my young people or Kenyans, Let us have sanity of how we operate. We can never expect a government to go by the law while ourselves we are not working within the law. Thank you.